Hello friends, welcome to my channel SDET-QA Test Automation. And today is our sixth session on Nightwatch training, and we will continue with the Nightwatch configuration. So today we will start with first with the Selenium configuration, as we are going to use the Selenium in our framework, and then we will proceed with the test configuration. So first we will start with the Selenium configuration. So we will see how to do the Selenium configuration. So let me open the Visual Studio Code, and I am already opening it, and this is nightwatch.conf.js. So you should have seen in the base settings that there is a settings called Selenium, which is accepting an object, and you can see the description. It is telling that an object containing Selenium server related configuration options. Okay, if it is telling that if Selenium server is not used, then you can use the WebDriver options. So I'm going to use the Selenium here. Okay, so if I have to use the Selenium settings, from where I can get all the settings, so what you have to do it, you have to commit here. Okay, here they have given what are all settings you have to do it. Okay, the first setting you can see that the start process, which is type of boolean, default value is false. Okay, and what is the description? It is telling that whether or not to manage the Selenium process automatically. So what it is telling that if you want that the Selenium will start automatically, then you have to make it true. Otherwise, you have to do it manually. Okay, so let's see that how we can set this. So what you have to do is, if you remember that we have a Selenium settings, this is an object. What I'm going to do it. So in this Selenium object, I'm going to paste this start process, and I'm giving the value true because I want that. Okay, Selenium will automatically start. So this is the first setting. Now what is the next setting is the server path. Okay, this is a string, the location of the Selenium jar file. This need to be specified if a start process is enabled. So it is telling that if you want that if you have managed that a start process automatically starting, that it is true, then you have to specify the path. Do you know why it is given like that? The reason is, if you have given a start process false, then manually you have to go and start the Selenium, right? But if you have to start Selenium process automatically through the Nightwatch, then you have to give the Selenium path. And how you will give the Selenium path, that I will show you just now. So first what I'm gonna do it, I'm just going to copy this configuration setting, and I will give the Selenium path. And right now there is no data, but what data it will commit here, that is the question, right? So the data, the answer is here you have to provide the jar file of the Selenium server. And what I'm talking is about, so be with me, just go to the Selenium website. This is the Selenium website. What you have to go to the download, and you have to download this Selenium server. Great. This is the latest stable version. I'm going to download it. You have to just click it and it will download. Let it download. So till it downloading, what I'm gonna do it, I want to put all the uh, jar file or the driver files in a separate folder. So what I'm gonna do it, I'm going to create a folder called binaries. Okay, and if I have, like, suppose I have to create for Windows and other Linux, something like that, so initially I'm just going to give it like, okay, let me create a more folder inside, and I'm giving the name as Windows. Okay, like that, Windows. Okay, now what I'm gonna do it here, okay, So whatever jar file I have just downloaded, okay, so this is the jar file I have downloaded. What I'm going to do it, I'm going to copy this jar file and paste it into that folder. Here you can see that I am in this directory, Nightwatch training, binaries and windows, and I am pasting the Selenium server jar which I have just downloaded. Okay, so you can see that this jar is here. So we have to provide the path of this jar. So let me copy the relative path, and what I will do it, I will have to paste it. Okay, so what you have to do it, you don't need to give this whole thing. You can just give it like binaries, then you give like this windows and selenium server dot jar. That is done. So we have given the server path also. So this setting we have to do for the selenium servers. So I hope you understand what you have to do. Go to the selenium site, download the selenium server grid, which will be like a jar file. Put it anywhere in your wherever you like it. Okay, this is the way I have created, and put the path of the jar in the server path. Okay, that's all done. Okay, let's come to the next setting. The next setting is the log path. Okay, so where you want the log path to be generated, so it is, you can see that it is either a string or a boolean. So a string means you have to pass the string, and boolean means if you give the false value it will not generate. Like, so here you can see that to disable the selenium logs you set this to false. Okay, and the location where the selenium output dot log file will be placed, so the default to the current directory. Okay, so what you have to do it, if you want the selenium log path, so yes, I want this, so what I can do it, I will just paste it log path, and what is the value I'm gonna go do it at. Okay, if I have to put in a main directory path, I will just keep it like that, and what it will do, it will create a log in this folder, like this main folder is there, it will create somewhere. Okay, in this directory Nightwatch training. Okay, got it. So now next setting, this is the version 2. This is the boolean value. Set this true if you need to use the legacy Selenium server 2. So if you want to use to the legacy Selenium servers 2, then make it true, otherwise make it false. So I'm gonna make it false. Okay, so gonna make it false. Okay, I want to use the latest version. Okay, the next is important thing is port. Okay, what is this port is there? So the port number Selenium will listen on, the Nightwatch will attempt to connect. The by default port is 4444. Okay, which will automatically it will take it. Otherwise you can specify the your based on your whatever you think that port that is available. If 444 is using by some other things, you can change it also. Okay, so by default the port will be 4444. If you want to change it something like that port, and if you give like something like 4567, it should also work. Sorry. Okay, so in that way you will specify the Selenium port. Okay, the next is, sorry, CLI arguments. This is the object. This is a also important thing. What is this CLI arguments will? So here it goes under the CLI arguments, what are all things will come. Now here we will see what are all things will come inside the CLI arguments. Okay, So what it is telling first, list all the list of CLI argument to be passed to the Selenium process. Here you can set various options for the browser drivers, right? What it is telling that in this CLI arguments, whatever like you are using WebDriver for the Chrome driver, Mozilla driver, or Edge driver, so these information you can put it here. So they have given how you can put it. For Firefox, you have to give webdriver.firefox.profile like that. If you have to give like Chrome driver, webdriver.chrome.driver. For IE, you have to give webdriver.ie.driver. Like that, you have to give it. Okay. Now, we are going to see initially for the Chrome driver. Okay, so let's see how we can pass this. So what you have to do it, just copy this webdriver.chrome.driver. Okay, right. And what the value will come here? That is a question. So the question will be, answer will be, you will go to the Selenium site. Okay, go to the downloads folder link and find for the browser, and you will find Chrome. Here is documentation, and let me see where they are. Yeah, here is the available latest beta release, and this is the stable release. I'm going to download the stable release. What you have to do is based on your machine you can download it. So you have to download, if I'm using Windows, I'm gonna download this one. So this is a zip file. I'm opening the folder that is in the downloads folder. Okay, I'm going to extract this, extract all, extract. Okay, so we have this Chrome driver.exe. I will copy this. I will go to this Windows folder in the project whatever we are working on, and I will paste it. Okay, here you can see that the Chrome driver.exe. So what we have to do is we have to give the path of the Chrome driver executable file in this place. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I will just copy paste this. Okay, so if you're using like other driver like IE driver and other driver, so like that you can paste it. Okay, so let me give you some examples. Like if you are using like IE driver, so what you have to do it, you have to just use webdriver.ie.driver, right? I forgot to keep the comma here. And download the executable file for the IE and then paste the path here. That's done. Okay, I hope I am clear. Okay, so here you can see that they have given some settings also for the Seleniums, right? Then if you see their settings, you will see that why they used like that in place of that one. And I have used the binary here, like the jar files, and I have used this executable files, right? This is right question, correct? I have not used in that way. From where they got it, right? So the simple answer is go to Google, search with npm Selenium server. Okay, this is like um, I think this is the latest version 3.1.59. Let me check that some other latest one is there. Is Selenium standalone server? This is 5 years ago. So let me check with that one. Whether this is given by the Selenium or not. Let me check that. Okay. This is given by, yeah, I think this is the correct npm. Let me go to the GitHub and check that whether this is from the Selenium. WebDriver, oh, this is from the WebDriver, IO, Node.js, Selenium standalone, okay. Let me check there the guide, whether they have given something to download it. npm is there for Gecko driver. For Gecko driver, you can see that npm I Gecko driver is there. Okay, npm install the Gecko driver. But 2.0.4, these are the older one. The following npm package are assumed to be installed in the current folder. Right, so where is the server required Selenium server? So I think this is the one that they are talking about. Okay, here is the link is given. I'm gonna open this. Okay, so what you have to do is just copy this, go to the terminal, and I'm going to my project directory. Okay, and what you have to do is just install the Selenium server. Let it install. Okay, so you can see that the Selenium server is installed. Same like the Selenium server, I can install the Chrome driver. So what I have to do is I will copy this npm command and I will paste it here. And till now it is installing. We have to wait for this to complete the download and okay. So here you can see that it has also downloaded the Chrome driver. And if I open now the package.json, you can see that the Selenium server and the Chrome driver, this dependencies is installed, right? Correct? So once it will be installed, how we can use it, right? So the same way, whatever they have given, what you have to do is, let me just disable this. And what you have to do it, you just give the server path. Okay. And as this is already downloaded, so what you have to write it, required, this is the node module, require, and you have to give the path where where the Selenium server and the Chrome driver is installed. So obvious it should be under the node module, right? So let's just see the command how they have used it. So if you write it like that, it will automatically give you Selenium server, and just you have to give the path. Sorry, like that you have to give it. Okay, so this is the way you can specify and download the specific jar in your folder, and this is the way where you will use the npm command to install it. Okay, same thing you can do it here also. In place of this, I can write require, and what I'm going to give it I like, you will just slide Chrome driver and dot path. Okay, like that you can download the other driver also, whatever they have given, and you can use it. Okay, I hope I am clear here. So this is all about the Selenium settings. Now the next is test settings. So that is the more important. So we will see tomorrow session, the next session we will see it about the test setting. So I am stopping here the today's session, which we have seen today how we can do the Selenium settings. Okay, I hope I made clear most of the topic. If you have any questions, just comment, just put your questions in the comment, and I will try to reply it. Thanks for watching my video. Have a nice day. Goodbye.